Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2021 ski test videos. Today we're talking about the Blizzard Rustler 10. I have a lot of fun skiing this ski, and I'm sure that a lot of other people do too. Kind of one of those skis that's kind of blurring the line between all mountain ski and freeride ski. It's hard for me to put it in one category or the other, which certainly isn't a bad thing. 102 underfoot on this ski. It actually ranges in waist width among lengths. This is a pretty short length I have with me, so I believe this one is 102 underfoot. Yes, this one's 102. As you get longer, you get a little bit wider. So let's talk about the intended purpose of this ski, its construction, its shape, all that stuff. Essentially, these are designed to be more playful, a little bit more soft snow oriented, more maneuverable, and a little easier to ski than, say, a ski like the Bonafide 97 or the Cochise 106, as it's kind of falling in between those skis in terms of waist width. We get much more tail rocker and actually much more tip rocker too. And the splay of that rocker, how much it rises off the snow, is more significant and more pronounced than we see in those more, we'll call them more directional all mountain or freeride skis from Blizzard. So quite a bit of tip rocker or tail rocker back there, quite a bit of tip rocker too, but you get pretty high rise, pretty snappy, energetic camber in this ski too, which is important. And then construction, we get carbon flip core DRT. So Blizzard, basically all of their all mountain skis, all of their freeride skis all use some version of flip core construction. DRT stands for dynamic release technology. So it's basically got this single sheet of metal along the top of the ski, full width underfoot, and then it tapers, gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and then ends before you reach the tips and the tails. And actually, as you go within the Rustler line, 9, 10, 11, the metal gets shorter as the skis get wider. So actually, the Rustler 10 has less metal up here in the tip and in the tail than the Rustler 9, which makes sense because this ski, being a little bit wider, is a little bit more, geared towards soft snow use, where the Rustler 9, you're probably going to spend a little bit more time on firm snow with it. Now, dynamic release technology, that's basically referring to the fact that because the tips and the tails are a little softer flexing, and because they use much more rocker in this ski, it's much easier to release your tail edge and get the ski to pivot. Now that said, it's still got some nice stability underfoot, some good power to it, some good bite. When you need the ski to grip and hold, it'll still do that. It's not as powerful as a ski like the Bonafide, but on the other end of the spectrum, it's far more versatile, it's far more playful, it's easier. I guess far more versatile isn't necessarily fair. Bonafide is a pretty versatile ski too, but it's far more playful and more maneuverable, much easier ski in the trees. I think back to, I skied the Rustler 10 at like the end of a long testing day. I had probably skied 15 or 20 skis that day, probably taken close to 30 runs, and I got on the Rustler 10, and it was just such a pleasure, such an enjoyable experience, and it reminded me how refreshingly easy this ski is to ski while still hitting a really nice performance category. An expert ski will have a blast on these skis. Just because something is easy to ski doesn't mean it won't meet the expectations or the demands of an expert level skier. But I also think a pretty advanced or a pretty athletic intermediate can ski the Rustler 10 too and find a lot of benefit from it. Great ski for somebody who probably in their mind or in reality too, hopefully, is spending a little bit more time at least seeking out off-piste terrain, softer snow conditions, stuff like that. If you spend more time on groomers and you like the Rustler line, you might find that the 9 works a little better for you. But this 10 is superbly versatile in the sense that you can ski it literally anywhere on the mountain. Groomers, it does fine. Trees, moguls, everything, even powder days, it's wide enough, and with that rocker, it'll do pretty well. So that's the Rustler 10 from Blizzard. Head on over to Ski Essentials if you want to read more about it. You can ask us any questions, leave a comment. Maybe you've skied them in the past few years and you want to tell us how much you like them. We're more than happy, or we always love hearing that stuff. And you'll be able to find these for sale on Ski Essentials, hopefully all season long as well. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys out there on the slopes.